lakad matatag!
Normally.
I think they need a little bit more team fight though. Yeah, this is good. I like this a lot. You know, just again, something to throw onto the front lines. Let Lumiere, who is playing the Shadow Fiend, do what he wants. 3-1 bounty rune trade. Maybe even 4.
What do you make? Oh, I'll hold that thought. If they wrap all the way around on Arme top,
Oh, their space
important
is really
Clockwork's
good.
positioning, and yeah, exactly
pincer.
right. Look at the space that Hokori play with Theological all the way around, straight on top of Arme. That was the prime target. They needed the Clockwork to get on top of the Terrorblade. With him doing just that, it enables Lumiere to find first blood. Delivered. So we see a lot of heroes against the Zeus like to go for the stick straight away, sometimes even wand as well, depending, but I felt like the stick wasn't required early on. Top lane, Vitali's getting chased in the tree line. This LGD got a bit cautious with an early level of the Cold Embrace, keeping Vitali healthy. Beautifully done. They were not ready for that point in the Cold Embrace. Often the Winter Wyvern going for a 1-1 build, but catching Arme off guard, so Corey get their second kill.
This is what we were talking about. They used the Olakor to bait.
So the Cloak's going to try and get some distance away. He's already used a couple of razors and not a whole lot of damage being dealt, so LGD will be fine.
Yeah, he cleaned up 4 of the Eidolons, though. Of course, you get rid of the range creeps whenever you're playing this position 3 Enigma, but if you can get multiple Eidolons in exchange, you're fairly okay with that trade. Hi, topside.
Another kill, beautifully done from Hokori. And the fact that Vitali's getting off to an incredible start.
Oh, just missing out on the cogs on the bottom side as well. They tried to go for another kill onto Faith Beyond. They don't land it, but they do get 2 Eidolons killed. So that's a split pair of Eidolons right now next to Faith Beyond. And yeah, I think Hokori should be feeling reasonably satisfied with how these lanes are going. They're tossing back the Olakor to try and get a kill anyway, just because of how they feel another kill should have been obtained so far, and they might be able to secure it here.
Looks like Lumiere didn't have enough mana to be able to maybe prevent them from continuing forward with the razors. So first kill of the game is going to be picked up from PSG.LGD.
Oh, this is big. They're going for another kill.
Lumiere toss back Faith Beyond. This time he's got some more Eidolons to be working with. Melphus as well. Shinkyu needs to get in front of the Shadow Fiend. He'll cut off to the left side here. It's going to enable an angle to block in Lumiere. Beautifully done as PSG.LGD. We saw some scary first couple of minutes for them, but this bottom lane getting much, much better.
Yeah, I mean, this is why this duo, even with the tiny nerfs and the Enigma nerfs, is still so formidable, right? You can't go into the lane solo.
Top lane. Vitali might end up going down. Gardic with the use of the Splinter's Blast. Will hold back PSG. Faith Beyond has the flags and 3 points in the Eidolons now, so the damage is really going to start to stack up. Hokori need to show some respect here. Wyatt should be killed off underneath the tier 1 tower. Looks like Gardic's going to do it from afar. Vitali will finally step back in. They've got the Grave, in fact, to continue to stall this out. Let's see if the Thunder Gods is going to be used. It's not enough, and now Vitali gets enough experience thanks to the kill onto the Dazzle. So now he's got the first spot of the game to work with.
3 deaths for
that'll
Arme.
secure the kill onto Arme. 3 deaths on the Terrorblade to start, and meanwhile, Analog mid lane use the boat as well as trying to chase down Nothing to Say, who might be forced to go for a deny onto the neutrals. The rest of the team starting to connect. Shinkyu as well has the toss to send him away. He's actually going to send him the tower instead. Oh no! Not that way, because Theological can step in, just close the distance onto the Zeus. And now Analog, he's going to be able to escape as well. Theological has the cogs to protect the Conquer. What a beautiful sequence of events here for Hokori.
For a Winter Wyvern, when you're coming up against these heroes that, like the Enigma in particular, like the Terrorblade, it means that you're so hesitant to want to join a lot of these fights because Splinter Blast just rips through the illusions this early on, as well as the Eidolons.
Look at this, Hokori. They've got their ultimates, they've got a catapult timing as well. They want to look to get kills. That's why it's going to be chased down to the triangle, and everyone just splits away from PSG.LGD. They want nothing to do with a potential skirmish. As Analog will stop Wyatt in his tracks. A nice kill, but you see instantly the read from Nothing to Say. As soon as everyone leaves mid, he's going to try and move over to maybe get some of the creeps away to slow down the siege, but importantly, Radiant will glyph up the wave so they keep their catapult healthy.
Basically just looking to see when Hokori want to take their team fights. They're going to go for another smoke here on Analog. as well as the Hokori. 15 seconds left on the hook shot. So
Vitali. Okay, Split's gonna come out. Faith Beyond was attempting to try and step in with the threat of the black hole. They're gonna turn to deal with Arme. Someone needs to address the Dazzle though. He'll be able to utilize the Grave to protect Arme for the moment. So the Sunder's gonna give him bonus health to play with now on the Terrorblade. And Vitali needs to try and get some distance away. But the Primal Split soon to expire. They'll use the Thunder God's Wrath as well just to scout him out in the tree line. So PSG.LGD. The first big skirmish victory for them as all 4 heroes show up.
Yeah, that's completely different. If that's how important he is to LGD's chances this game, they can't take the full 5-on-5 team fights. It's all about finding that key pick-off to be able to begin with.
And it looks like for them, they're looking to try and play down in the south here. They do have a very nice ward in the jungle. Of course, the potential for them to be able to push is through the roof as well. So they're just making sure they put themselves in a position where if Hokori all show top, they can try and trade. There's nothing to say. Quick figures with the Yule Scepter. It'll hold Analog back, but he didn't know that Hokori was in the neighborhood as well. So another hook shot on the mark here for the Clockwork, catching out Nothing to Say, who's having a really difficult time at entering this game 1.
He is, but it is space being given over to Xingqiu as well. Like, with that, they were able to get a pick off onto the Winter Wyvern. You know, most of the time you would think mid laner for POS 5, not worth it. But if it means Tiny gets that early Blink Dagger, well worth it. And even just the way that Xingqiu's been farming as well.
Anil, can he get the choreo? He does again. Another choreo snipe going down. They also have a ward on the high ground, so they see Faith Beyond. Xingqiu's gonna try and toss 2 heroes into the cogs as Faith Beyond with no hesitation, but the battery assault instantly cancels the black hole, and now he might not be able to escape. Hokori, they've already used their stun, so they will not be able to catch up, but the first black hole of the game will net them no value.
Yeah, they tried to... I want to say they tried to go for another play. This is just Hokori playing really effectively around their vision, especially considering the fact that you've got some of these instant jumps onto the back line. Going to be enabled even further once guarding.
Vitali mid lane might be in trouble. Bottom lane, Nothing to Say, blows him up with the help of Xingqiu, and now Arme's even going to TP in. They see Guardian in the tree line. And another kill going the way of PSG.LGD. They're going to know where they are, though, with the Rocket Flare path. Arme the first one. They'll see him for the moment with the vision. They're going to try and position to the left side. Analog wants this outpost for the potential to buybacks, but Xingqiu, they group up. A double avalanche. They're not going to be able to have the follow-up damage. Arme to the middle, but the instant use of the Cyclone. Unable to continue to right-click heroes for the moment, so Hokori will continue to kite Arme and go to the left side instead. As they blow up Faith Beyond. No Enigma for the team fight. Let's see how they can still take this. Arme once again cycloned in the air. The ultimates are going to expire from Vitali as the Clockwork just runs into the middle straight to Arme. The raid boss of the Terrorblade standing his ground off the back of the BKB. A Winter's Curse will buy them some time, but it's not the full duration. So Arme, he can get back to work. He can continue to right-click down the Hokori members as Analog will fall. They even bought back on Hokori, but he was unable to re-enter the team fight. So in the end, PSG.LGD come out on top, and they're considering about walking up high ground. On PSG.LGD, they've got a double damage rune.
And a
Daedalus freshly completed. It feels like God, it has to be the X factor in this fight now. If you can catch up the Terrorblade.
What angle do they go though? Look at where they're pinging. They want to go the full wraparound. Great positioning from Vitali.
Instant use of the Thunder Gods as well. Scouts out the Primal, but the jump in from Hokori and might give him enough time to get the Primal split up, but Arme just turns and starts to right-click the members down. Bye-bye Winter Wyvern is going to buy back to look to rejoin. But how do they address Arme at the moment? Lumi's going to be into the middle, charging up the Requiem, but the Grave from Y might give him a time for the Sun of the Black Hole as well. Arme's alive, and now they can turn it around. As a right clicks are going to work. Lumiere will fall, and the rest of Hokori will join him in the grave as PSG.LGD. They were seconds away from losing the team fight, seconds away from Arme being blown up, but they kept him alive long enough. And that will enable them to take the skirmish.
Oh, the black hole coming through as well onto the perfect target, just giving him enough time to be able to get that Sunder. Their individual plays, their understanding of vision around the map, and they punished Hokori very effectively.
This is a slight window with the Metamorphosis on cooldown as Hokori finds the opening onto Faith Beyond once again, but the BKB still yet to be completed. So they'll get a big kill onto the Enigma. Let's see if they can catch up to Shinkyu as well. The blink coming up shortly, but Gardic and Lumiere able to get the damage off to be able to prevent that. So Hokori
Gem as well.
will at least get 2 kills and the gem.
All right, nice little bonus there. Do they see it?
Maybe.
Oh, Faith Beyond sees it. Doesn't seem like Hokori do as well. Pesky nighttime, man, I'm telling you. It decides a lot of games.
Is it
Trying to bait him a little bit here. Spot out anyone.
Ame on the charge. They got the vision. Ame, he's just going to jump up the higher ground. Targets Gardic down first. A Cold Priest will keep him alive, but nothing to say. Instantly blows him up, and up with the toss back as well onto Vitali. There'll be no split to protect the Brewmaster. And now they're on to more as Faith Beyond might be able to run into Analog in the tree line. A nice TPR, and Lumiere also will escape.
Even just having the Lincoln Sphere on Faith Beyond means that he feels so much more confident in some of these team fights.
Taking the outpost and just jetpacking away, so very interesting plays from them. We do have a double damager in down bottom as well, so I mean you're already far enough ahead. Now you got a DD on Ame as well to play with.
And the bottom lane pushing in.
It's important if he can dispel it, but Gardic again, the person that's going to be caught out. They need the Winter Wyvern in this team fight. The save along with the curse to potentially deal with Ame is vital for them, but they will not have him.
This is the threat.
Now Ame, he's just going to jump into the tier 4 tower. A couple of crits. Oh my, Ame just cleans up Analog. And Shinkyu is going to fall up as well, grouping them all together. Faith Beyond's waiting for the opening. Vitali will be able to play with the split, but Ame protected with the BKB for the moment, so he's able to reposition. They found the Dazzle though. Wire's going to be caught out for the moment. Buying a little bit of space, going to be nothing to say. Once again, the toss to force them to group up. As they're in with the black hole, it'll be stopped in its tracks. A lot of damage thanks to the Winter's Curse, but they've lost Lumiere. They've lost the main damage source, and the rest of the components are going to crumble as soon as the Shadow Fiend gets buried 6 feet under. As PSG.LGD can now look to close out this game 1, and yep, they've done it. GG's are called, and PSG.LGD, they will start off their TI-11 run with a victory.
They'd be sweating a little bit though. Hokori made them work for it. I mean, Leshrac not as much. I think the Bloodstone Lesh is ridiculously OP, and they go for the Faceless Sweat. I like it. You know, pick off early-ish timings. All you really need is the Maelstrom, and this is going to be an early Aghanim shot. Then your towers survive for so much longer.
Analog's off to a very good start in this mid lane versus the Lesh. So a lot of her harassment onto nothing to say early. It's now being able to pick up a little bit of the advantage that we saw the Zeus prior. There was a bottom lane, Faith Beyond. They chased down a couple more right clicks, and Vitali gets that kick in from the tree line. So beautifully done. This is
a lightning storm this time around, just the 4-second cooldown. And so, yeah, both of them are going to be able to get out of this laning stage with a decent enough time.
And it's also both mid laners that don't particularly make a lot of rotations as well. Zeus might have some early involvement just thanks to the level 6 if it comes out at decent timing. So we see Clockwork just going to deny himself, and also top lane Lumiere taking a lot of harassment as well. Both sides will be chilling for the moment. So yeah, I think with the mid laners,
Nothing to say is in a really solid spot against this Zeus to be able to farm out these next couple of waves really effectively.
you see the Zeus is really having a difficult time. Screw just relying on his high right click damage. Bottom lane, GQ might be in some trouble, but Tali still has the jump on forward, so the use of the rebound closes the short distance, and another kill for them to be able to find Hokori. Double bracer picked up already for the Marcy, so furthering how difficult it's going to be to deal with her in the lane. Two 1v1s happening up top. Gardic and Wire battling it out. Me and Ame trying to push away Lumiere. But this is unfair. Come on, you had two 1v1s and now you're going to try and bring nothing to say up top as well? It's an unfair advantage that they're playing with.
Yeah.
Creeps.
Mate range. Creep scouts him out.
Gonna push close to Lumiere. They should be able to find Gardic into the tree line at least. They're gonna hit back though. Thunder God's Wrath getting a lot of benefit out of it, helping with the kill onto the Visage and being able to blow up the Lich as well. So Hokori, they'll be able to find kills across the map, and they're not even done. They're going to continue to dive Xingqiu down bottom. Vitali just gets in range for the dispose, chucks him back to Analog. A beautiful movement as Zeus...
By the time you win the team fight and push the lane out, people are basically going to be respawning already.
See smoke from Hokori.
Trying to block up some of these camps with his familiars as well. Keep an eye on.
Say, oh no, the hook shot might still enable him to get in range. So he's holding down the left track into place, but the Hood of Defiance picked up from nothing to say, so it just eats through the damage from the Zeus, and Q's also trying to wrap around as well, but he will not be able to get there fast enough as bottom lane, Faith Beyond close to the T2 tower, but he's still going to go down. Multiple TPs coming out from the Tiny along with...
Able to just get away. Just small little mistakes like that would have led to potentially some pressure putting in onto the P1 tower. Never mind, Marcy's there.
What a hero. Alright. Oh my lord. 5,000 net worth.
Wonder what Xiao Wade's doing right now. Is he just writing down ban Marcy as the biggest issue for this game so far? Because that laning stage went incredibly well. You've already opened up a nearly 1,500 net worth lead on Lumiere as opposed to Arme. We're even looking to consider grouping up here on this top-hand side. I mean, why not? Keep the pressure going while you're strong. When they see the TP coming through as well, can they time it correctly for Xingqiu? Don't even need to.
Lord, Xingqiu gets blown up. Another Thunder Gods. Scouts out that no one else is near Faith Beyond, so they're even going to drop the Mortimer Kisses. He resummoned on the Familiar, so this is just free money given over to Hokori. The rest of PSG.LGD is starting to finally show up. They're going to be very separated for the moment, though. They've been able to address the Snapfire over to the right side, though. Why, once again, isolated from the team. We'll see what the two cores... No, they're going to be in the tankiness from them, with the Frost Shield, with the Wraith Pact, and again with the Lesh going, the Hood and the Bloodstone. If Hokori can overcommit, I'll hold that thought, because top lane Arme, yeah, he's going to be able to drop the Chronosphere before the attribute shift. Beautiful. What?
Oh my god.
Hang on.
It was the tornado.
No way.
Hold on. Still going.
To the tornado is why. What is this game, dude? You always have a hope, man, of killing off the Morphling who's top of the net worth. Only, that was his first death. You would have got a big streak as well. Convert on the Chrono, which I don't... From honestly, it looks like, with how that PSG.LGD are grouping up, regardless, they're getting so much information from it.
They're desperate to try and get... Well, actually, they go. They realize that they've got to go for this attempt, but you don't have the Mjolnir finished up quite yet. On Arme, at least he's got the attack speed to find the pickup.
Wide drops the wall, but the jump in from Vitaly actually traps him with a high on him instead, but it doesn't matter. LGD are crumbling, they're too far behind. Vitaly's onto nothing to say. He's got the artillery raining down from afar as well. As PSG.LGD need to split away. Arme to the left side, he wants whatever farm he can get. They're starting to TP in. Is the Morphling going to be fast enough for the stun cancel? He is. Oh no, not again. Arme caught out, more TPs raining down. They'll catch up to the Faceless Void with ease, and now they can go back and get the second Roche as well.
Oh yes they can. There's that juicy Aghanim shard. Just
really going to come down to this blink on Xingqiu. A blink toss back into a split earth or a familiar stun into the instant kind of extra control is how I can see them defending. Yeah, even potentially blowing up Lumiere as well, but it's not enough damage. They might be able to turn it back onto Vitaly. Alright, a beyond godlike streak for them to claim, and they want more blood. See if they can catch up, however, on Dire. Theolacor is going to try and get it to the tree line. Xingqiu, oh, they didn't see him. Oh, they didn't see Theolacor, so he'll TP out, but you at least get the kill onto the Marcy. And yeah, so that was a Tiny that got the streak.
He really didn't need to be there, though. That's the thing. Like, you'd already been able to retreat there on the Morphling. He has the Aegis as well that you had to play around with. I was kind of thinking that if they're able to bring this one back,
not if Arme dies. Gonna see him. Arme's in trouble. Oh, he's gonna time walk out of the right side and use a defensive Chronosphere. That's on to 3, but Vitaly's gonna chuck him out instead. You can't chuck your teammates out, but as long as you're close enough to be able to chuck out the Faceless Void, they'll get the kill and then easily go to the Tiny afterwards, as God was in a perfect position to be able to capitalize on the positioning of Xingqiu.
Once again, though, I mean, of course, it does make difficult decisions because this is the area that they started to panic last game. This is where they got too tunnel visioned and all focused in onto nothing to say and ended up giving up a big portion of their map. They're going to do it again this time. Tier 2 tower going down for free on the bottom side.
You look up. He's gonna face check the smoke. Oh, Shinkyu doesn't get any spells off, and now Hokori can look to jump back in. They've been able to blow up the Tiny. Vitali with the follow-up as well onto Gardick's initiation enables him to get rid of Nothing to Say. Two quick pickups here for Hokori, and they might be able to crack the high ground now.
They might indeed. That tower's sitting pretty low, so you're going to need to use the glyph really early here. Look to make them do it without it even being able to hit the creep wave if possible. Oh, that reduced damage, and there we go. Looking to get maximum efficiency out. I feel like they might try and stick around just to be able to kill that tier 3 tower, but Shinkyu not giving them the possibility, still wanting that extra little bit of...
And the Lich, beautifully done. We see often at the stage in Dota that we are, position 5s need to act as that bodyguard just so the carriers can get their farm and block the smokes. And while he's going to continue to make space, it'll take quite some time to catch up because they're also looking to make a play on the opposite side of the map, trying to bring down Nothing to Say up top, which they will be successful at doing so.
Okay. I mean, he did shove out the lane, so it's going to mean the extra 30 or so seconds until the creep wave gets there. By the time the wave actually reaches the tower, you're from going inside the base. They don't have the Wraith Pact available, there's no Chronosphere, there's no Faceless Void. He's just being the bodyguard here, Gardick, saying, you're not getting back into this team fight, my guy. Scardy's gonna be pretty huge,
Again,
though.
a toss into a stun. They get the Hex, but the attribute shift. This goddamn Aghanim shard on the Morphling. Why did you give it to him? Why did you change the Ag shard? This hero is so done with it now, and you see LGD have no answers to it. Without the Chrono, it's just up to the right clicks, but Army just crumbles under the damage. As Hokori, it looks like they might have done it. A dieback onto Y. All 5 are gone. Ultra kill for Lumiere, and the G's are dropped. As Hokori will take a 1-1 tie against PSG.LGD.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought going in?
Right. Trinkets.